Probably hands down one of my favorite intro songs. Really good. Also pay respects to the green biker dude. Here we go. I passed one gate, see if I can make two. Got three. Got him. Dash up here, shoot. Shoot again. Leap over. Up that wall. I'd like to thank my brother who let me watch him speedrun the hell out of this thing. I never thought it'd come in handy. Alright, let's wrap this stage up. Got him. Goodbye. Epic explosion went out like a boss. Now moving on to the main egg. Now I'm going to skip past this text because this game came out in I think 94, so if you're not familiar with Mega Man X2's plot, then that's on you, not me. Get past these three drama queens. There's supposed to be a fourth from what I understand, one female. But they end up scrapping it for space and time. Now there's two ways to go about this. You can either start with Wheel Gator, or you can do Wire Sponge. Most people who do speed runs start with Wire Sponge, since you get the heart tank, no fuss, no muss, easy fight. And more or less, you see everyone else usually pick him for his easy pattern, if you want to call it that. But we're going after Wire Sponge. And it's not until X3 you can skip the intro. I'd like to know who, when they were in develop of X2, thought a sponge would make a great Maverick. Like, I'd like to really be on the fly on the wall on some of that, but here's the first heart tank. Get it, got it, good. Now this little orb right here, Speed Burner gives you the sweltering heat like that, which causes enemies to overheat. I think Bubble Splash, I think that causes rain. I think Chain Strike causes rain or another thing. Can't remember what that one caused, but if you want it to be foggy, go with Crystal Hunter. I really like how they incorporate a lot of elements into the level map design. Really, really, really terrific. I'd like to thank them for doing that. They could have easily not done that and just made it fucking rainy. Oh, almost ate it there. Right, the lift. Now this one should be pretty easy up here. Now, the thing about Wire Sponge is he's probably my least favorite of like his special weapon. I would have preferred to get anything else other than fucking Chain Striker, but we got what we got. Got him. Now I think his Japanese name is Wire Himitari or something of the sort. I know it starts with an H. He's also in Extreme 2 for the Game Boy Color. I think Zero's missions, if I remember right, because of all the slashing. And here. If I think it's in the Magna, see if I can get this in one go. I'll restart. I'll get my ass shot at here. Yep, got it in one leap. In the Magna, I think he has a personality error that causes him to be childlike. And he's weak against, what's it called? Sonic Slicer, which if you kill him with that, it'll slice him in two. Once again, thank you for the added death animation. We're not going to be doing any of that. Look, I just threw away a good pattern. And tagged my ass with it. Just give him a big old hug. I know this fight's going south. Get a little bit of dash lemon action, clean that wall. Come on. There we are. Alright, now he's angry. This is his second mode. I think he's one of the few Mavericks who has that outside of what they do in X3, which I wish they would have continued. It would have been nice to see Mavericks, really in all the old GXs and going forth, that had two kind of battle patterns to them. Yeah, fuck you too. Oh, we're down to one coin in the slot, both of us. It's do or die now. Got him. You're trying to get Maverick power, beat the game without dying. First Maverick almost kicks my ass entirely. That's poetic right there. Alright, moving along. Now, Chain Striker to me has always been more of a utility weapon more than an actual weapon. I think there's only like a handful of, I wouldn't even say a handful, less than a handful of sub-bosses, and I think Virus, Sigma, and Willgator are the only ones we're weak against it. Other than that, this is a speedrunner's dream of getting extra pull to the wall. Now we're going to Dinosaur Tank here, which is Willgator. Now, if I remember right, his Japanese name, can't talk tonight, name is Will Alligates, which I just love. Like, X1 had good names, but like X2 and 3, they really do sound like some sort of mob boss with their names. He's also an Extreme X1. That one I do remember. And a fun little fact about him and Bubblecrap serve in the Navy, so if you're of an older generation and you put him in a sailor suit, if you're the newer generation, it's going to be a different type of sailor suit. Can't seem to get... You can get this without it if you get the dash right, which I'm making a poor attempt at. But if you can't, you can either get... you can get this two ways. Or really three. You can get the boots and dash over and you slide to the wall. Speed burner. Or what I'm doing here. A little side effect of what this does. It pulls you to a wall. Dr. Light. Here we go. Now this is hands down, it's probably one of my favorite all-time X arm upgrades, really. Very useful, very powerful, and very good to look at. A lot of people like to rank it high, and I do too, but it's really well earned. Those guys are called Disc Boys, by the way. Plain and simple. And let's go to our first right armor of X2. Now, I'll be coming back to that later, if I do come back at all. Got it. Got the disrespect kill. Take the damage, get my ass on up. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, if you're in his stage long enough, it will turn to night. The only other X stage I can think of is Sigma's, and that's in X1. And it's not really, it's not turning actively. You actually got to progress through the level to see it turned in, what is it, morning, evening, and then night, which is really, really good. I really do appreciate that level of detail. Now on to this fight. This one always stuck into my mind, because the fucking water looks like brake fluid. It looks like you're swimming in brake fluid. And they really did him wrong with this fight. I mean, I like how they make him submerged like an alligator would be, but the rest of the fight is eh. Watch me say that as he probably kills me. When he's glowing like that, you can only hit him with the charge shot. Or his special, which is Chain Strike. Or Chain... Come on. See if I can get it. Nope. You can somewhat hammer it and get his ass on before he goes down. Got him again. Something to tag him before he went down. Gotta be able to juke those. Yeah, fuck you too. he will damage the wall doing those. So yeah, you can take damage from those. They're not just for looks. Got him. Got the mid-air kill. Suck it. Now, this is one of those weapons that I often scratch my head and think, what the hell are they thinking? Like, it makes it... If it flew out like Metal Blade, or like did anything else, it would have been a truly upstanding weapon and probably a high mark of the series. But no. It just rolls along the ground. It doesn't crawl off walls, too. That's what kind of makes me angry. If there's a ROM hacker out there who plans to do anything with Mega Man X2, please fix this. And by the way, that's a nice color of green and purple. Really lovely. I got these 3 drama queens. I got Pimp Man Kane here, raising his eyebrow. Alright, now we're gonna head over to Bubble Crab. Looking at that as a kid, I had no idea what the hell he was. The same goes for Crystal Snail. I thought Flame Stag was a dog. I really did. Same goes for Wire Sponge. I had no idea, and I thought he was going to be a duck. I really did. It just screams duck, but you know what they say. You know, when you put your ear to the ground, think horses, not zebras. Alrighty, let's get wet. This song is also used in X5's intro, by the way. To me, like, a lot of people like this song, but to me, it's not bad. I mean, it's... My favorite's probably Crystal Snails. Among a few others, but this one doesn't ring too bad. There we go. Now, every time I go to play this game, you guys are probably got to see a bunch of weird little glitches. And it belongs to our fish boy here. If you guys don't know, his name is Coelacanth, and he's weak against Sonic Slicer, but you can just buster him if you want. Or you can charge up Magnet Mind and just hover it through him. Alright, let's get going. Oh, I almost threw that away. Got my second heart tank here. See if I can get it. Nope. Yep, already starting to get it. This is what I like to call drunk driving. I've been playing X2 since it came out, and I've never seen this glitch before. He just does that. Throws it into reverse. So if anybody knows what's up, I've tried 3 ROMs. I've tried reinstalling RetroArch, and I've gotten the same kind of behavior out of them. So I guess bad luck on my end, or maybe I'm not supposed to have them without a glitch. Now, Bubble Crab has a very short stage. He's also known as Bubbly Crablos, by the way. You can still hear the fish in the background. And he will follow me in here. See if he makes his appearance. Usually shows up right about here. I'll wait a bit. Now, if I remember right about Bubble Crab, he's very greedy from what I understand. That's why he joined Sigma. Weak against Spin Wheel, which once you see his battle pattern, I honestly think when they made Spin Wheel, they had Bubble Crab's, like, his battle only in mind. That and just grinding down walls. Up here, this is where you can fight, well, one of the 3 X-Hunters. Alright, let's get this over with. And just like Will Gator, he was in the Navy. So once again, thanks Sailor Suits. Here we go. Oh, this might be a short run. It might be a very short run. Come on, got him. Oh. One coin left in the slot. Didn't think I was going to pull out of that one. I think this is one of the very few X's you actually get to see yellow in one of the primary colors. But it's really good offset with pink, like when soap hits water. Also one of my favorite water-based weapons. They really did a good job on this, especially with the charge. Alright, now moving north. Now I could technically take on them. I have some of their weaknesses. I can buster a Jill. I got... No, well, what was their weaknesses again? Violence, or Violin is bubbles. A Jill is, I think, Magnet Mine, but that's way off right now. And I've seen 3 weaknesses for Surge. I think that's his name, the old man. And I think they're... I've seen Speed Burner, I've seen Silk Shot, and I've seen Sonic Slicer, but I think he's more weak to Sonic Slicer. Alright, here we go. I used to think he was a dog. I really did when I first saw his portrait. His Japanese name is Flame Stagger, which is just fucking awesome. Good music, too. These guys are called Beatrons, by the way. Don't ask me why somebody thought to add these kind of beetles into a volcano, but you know, it somehow works, so I'm not going to question it. The universe of X is very strange. Roll with it. Switch over to wheel here. Try to beat the lava. Got another hard tank. I hate this section coming up, I really do. You think that would be steam, but no, it's, I guess, natural gas. And those guys can set it on fire. And I can get off the wall here and stop getting my ass hit. Be all the more better. Just shoot his ass. Yeah, fuck you too. Alrighty. Now, if I remember right, Flame Stagger was a member of the, I think one of the elite units of X. He's also in the normal mode for X1, or Extreme X1, for the Game Boy. And he's weak against Bubble, which I forgot to equip. And I probably shouldn't use the shield on him. He has 2 battle patterns too, by the way. That's all you gotta do. You shoot it right when he double backs his fist. You can just get him in a loop and end him. I have no idea what that means. I've seen it a dozen times, so good luck to us all. Now this is probably one of my favorite, like, flame weapons in the X series. Also, fun fact, if you shoot that underwater, you'll just see 2 missiles. I like how they went with the red and blue. Good color scheme. Now on to Morph Moth. Should I go track them down? Probably not. I'll just fight X or Zero, Black Zero. Ah, God, I hate Morph Moth. His Japanese name, ironically, is Metamorph Minos, I think. He's also in Extremes Hard Mode, for 1 to be precise. And I actually do like his weapon. Good stage as well. God damn it. I got a little bit of a glitch there. In we go. Now, if I remember right, yeah, you get the Giga Charge here, or Giga Crush. I hate this so bad. I never did like it. I almost never use it. I don't know what it is, but since I started replaying X2, I keep thinking of this as a life pellet over here. Fuck those things, by the way. If you do enough damage to them and don't kill them, they repair. Now this little guy right there, that bug you see, that is Paranoid S38. And that's Old Robot. It almost sounds like a anime friendship thing. Now he can be brought down. He's weak. The robot's weak against Silk Shot. You can kill him with Bubble and something else. Today we're just gonna stick with the bubbles. Thank you. Thank you again. See if I can miss the spikes. Got it. I love these little green bugs right here. I call them hijackers. I can't remember their original names. It escapes me at the moment. That doesn't. Now there's them repairing themselves. And they will hit you with the parts that repair, so don't think you're getting off scot-free. Here's another bat with Old Robot and Paranoid 38. Got him. Got him again. This guy right here is at the entrance of every X2 Maverick. Or not really every one, but he makes an appearance more than once. Now, usually this fight glitches out on me, so if you see a big block, I had nothing to do with it, I swear. Also, I think he's based off what they call a bagworm moth. Yep, there he is. The glitches start again. He was such a pain because of this shit right here to get without taking damage. Got him. Now you fight his true form. Our boy here's become a beautiful butterfly, or in our case a moth. We're about to piss off PETA. And he hits hard. Fun fact about him, even though he works in a scrapyard, he's actually supposed to be very lazy and lackadaisical is a good word they use. I actually kind of found that funny because you think he'd be more hardworking, but eh. I shouldn't have skipped that, sorry. Well, none of those guys landed to where I'm heading. Yeah, I got everything. Now, this one is probably the bane of my childhood existence, right here. Magnus Centipede. His Japanese name, I think it's Magni. God, how do you say it? A Hayaku legger, which is basically 100 legs. So, I guess, you know, he's 100 legs, 100 legs. I don't know why they called him that, but from what I was told, it's because Japan has a very old language and they didn't have really that many words for it, which you get in certain old languages. One word might have two different meanings. This also serves as the final stage for Sigma, which I love. I wish they would have continued that. I hate these things. They're called installers, by the way. And the noise they make when they fall, it will forever be burned in my memory. Now don't freeze, jump. These things have gotten me killed more than once. You can destroy the purple ones, the gray ones are there to stay. God damn it, I hate these things. No, I think with Magna Centipede, let's see if we can get it real fast. That's another thing that this does. If you charge it, any stage, it creates a different effect on most stages. But this one, it's just junk. It shoots off. Another thing I like about Silk Shot is the orange and green, which I don't know how that goes with rust, but I guess rust and oxidation. Let's charge this up and see if we can get it. Nope. Round two. Almost. Got it. Things we do for sub-tanks, everybody. Ah, this part. I hate this. I hate him. I do. I was in awe the first two times I saw him, and I was less in awe when he was kicking my ass up and down this room. Now, this sword you're about to see, I love the name of him. He's called Chop Register, which I just love. I do. I don't know why they called him that, but I do. He's weak against, what's it called? Spin Wheel, and I think it's either Chain Strike or Bubble Splash that slows him down, but you could also use a number of weapons on him. Like, he has multiple weaknesses from what I understand. Since we're not going to be using Bubble Shield, I can get on it. I'm going to get him wet. You can only hit his hilt, by the way. And a cup of damage there. And it's very gracious today. And this one right here leads up to another boss I hate in this one, but used to kick my ass. Yep, Keg's up, they know I'm here. If those catch you, there's a sub-boss coming up that they kind of boost his attack. Now, the one coming up here, here's the one I hate. He's called Raider Killer. He's weak against Speed Burn, but every time you get captured by one of those little scanners, it increases him. His first stage is green, which is the standard and easiest. You can just spam it. The second one is blue, which is harder, red, and then purple. And he is a son of a bitch. And luckily he's weak against this, which I have a lot of, jokingly said. I like the way he looks, too. I say he's easy to fight as I take a laser to the skull. There we go. Oh man, I hate this next section so bad. I've died here a lot too. Finally to Magna Centipede. He's weak against Silk Shot. And from what I understand, his personality, he doesn't really have one. He's brainwashed. So he's basically an emotionless killer, just like centipedes. If you hit him with that, it knocks off his tail. And he's a bit of a tease on the disappearing act. He doesn't have a second form, this is it. I mean, if you knock off his tail, he starts slowing down. I wouldn't say he slows down. If he has his tail, he hits you with it. You start to lose your abilities, like jump, dash, and I think later charge. So you're basically reduced to... And get him. Mega Man 2 or 1. Which I'm surprised somebody hasn't tried speedrunning that. Got him. Now on to my favorite Maverick. And I also like this color. You really don't see black throughout the series. I think you see it once again for X4, but other than that, black is a rare color, and one of the other ones that use yellow, because that's another rare color coming up. Good color scheme. Though I have no idea why you just fought a purple centipede, you'd have that color, but you don't roll with it. And it looks like we're going to get to fight one of the X-Hunters. Crystal Snail. I love the music of this stage, I really do. I also like the stage look as well. I think its Japanese name is Crystar or Crystal My Mind, which just sounds awesome. I am not going to attempt to get his heart tank, because I don't feel that lucky. Now here comes one of his sub-bosses, and I hate this thing as a kid because it used to kick my ass left and right. Now, as a kid, I used to just shove spinning wheels and just shoot at it randomly just to do it, but his name is Magna Quartz, sorry. And the small bots flying around him are known as, or in some cases, Saber or Saber Moon R. So I think someone was a fan of the series. And also, if you dash and pick up enough speed running into that, he doesn't load in time, you can skip the boss fight. We're not going to do that, though. I think his weakness is Magna, or Magnet Mines. And the longer this fight goes on, the more he shoots out of these guys. I knew I was going to eventually get tagged. There we are. Didn't make it. I'll get this going. Try not to get hit. Now, this is probably, in my opinion, the most useless, like right up next to X1 in helmets. I don't know if it cuts your special weapons use in half, and I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. Apparently they ran out of ideas. They gave the armor a Giga Crush. They gave your helmet a fucking scanner. Now this is supposed to help you find stuff like this, and I remember just, could have done so much more with it. I think it's truly a missed opportunity, but 94 is a different time. What they wanted to do and what they could do are two different things. Here we go. Now, every now and then you'll run across these rooms. The most notable one is here, and then Bubble Crab. Once I can kill all these little pricks. When you find these rooms here, use Silk Shot. If you don't see where you can use it, it means you're going to pull something to you. In Bubble Crab, god damn. In Bubble Crab, it's life, which charges those tanks very well. In here, it's basically to refill your special weapons. Alright. Probably one of my favorite fights in X2. Here we go. Now he glitches out on me as well, so if it bothers you, I'm sorry. There we are, in all his pixelated glory. Maybe he's being censored, I don't know. He's doing lewd things behind that curtain. Okay, here we go. This is why I love him. He really doesn't use his special weapon. It's just keep away. If you can do this long enough, you can keep him away from his own shell. Get it? Got it. Good. I love that fight. I really do. I really, really do. And he gives you Crystal Hunter, which right next to Spin Wheel is fucking useless. Absolutely useless except for one Maverick. And I think one retro achievement. So it got life after death. And one of my favorite colors too, of a nice toned down purple, a lavender, with some blue. So they actually matched it to the Maverick and the environment. It turns things to crystal. Other than getting a heart tank, making it foggy, and then killing Overdrive Ostrich, it has no other uses, which kind of breaks my heart on it. It's just another utility weapon. I wish they would have added so much more to this. The idea of shooting something that can, like a bubble that can turn things to crystal, was pretty awesome in my mind as a kid. I just wish it was for the developers. But then again, 94 is a different time. But they wanted to do and what they could do. And this is the other use for it. Turn him. Climb up here. Skip the heart. Or skip the head. Grab the heart. And we're out. Looks like I'm gonna make this a black 0 run. Now, if you don't get all 3 0 parts, they break into the base and steal them, so you have to fight all 3 of them. Now, I'd rather fight 1 0 fight than take a chance fighting the other 3. Now, I do have glitches right here, by the way, and this is one of the few uses of this weapon, just to do this. Kind of heartbreaking. You can fight Surges right there, or not Surge, but Violin. That's about it. And he freezes up, by the way. I don't know why, but there you have it. That little glitch. He unthaws. Oh man, I hate this one coming up. There's a streamer called Vash Stampede on Twitch, and he gave me some sound advice I seem to forget a lot of. And he suggested to do this one first if I'm getting the heart tank. That way if I die, I didn't just do it all for... Oh yeah, let me get this out of the way. I just didn't do it for nothing. You could also run the bike into this and destroy it. I don't know if that does anything, but it clears it up to see that beautiful, beautiful desert in the back, which I think they did a lovely job on. This is also the first X2 to have the bike. Not the first X2. God damn it. They feature the bike. And by X4 and 5, I don't want to ever see that damn bike again. I hate... what was his name? Jet Stingray and... I'm just going to call him Voltcrack, because I'm not going to call him by his fucking American names. That chick can take a walk. But by that time, I just learned to hate those stages with a passion. That's one of the reasons why I almost never play them, is those 2 stages in particular. I can handle just about everything else when it comes to X4 and 5. That stage just leaves me raw and bitter. Didn't get it again. Where's Steam Chameleon when you need it? Here we go. Oh, I almost got the hop skip on me. Ride it nice and gentle. Burst of speed. Take it nice, low and slow. Ramp. Don't hit that fucking spikes, please. God, yeah. End of run. Should have took Vash's advice. Well, that's over. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up this boss, but if you guys want to see somebody who actually knows what they're doing when it comes to retro achievement, go and check him out, by the way. He plays, well, he does retro achievements, he does a lot of Quake, and dabbles really in everything. He's a master at shumps if you're interested into it, and I highly recommend it. Far better at this than me. Alright, here we go. Just tank the damage. The other reason to use this, just to get the legs. More Dr. Light. This is the first time you see air dash in X, and I love it. The one thing that made me love X2 so much, to a degree, is most games, and I mean modern games as well, all the abilities you get in the first game are gone during the second for some fucking weird reason. I'm so glad that the dash became mandatory in X2, and not something you got from another capsule, and they made it even better with the air dash, so developers, thank you. Here we are. Now, if I remember right, before we enter this stage, this is probably one of my favorite intros in X, and this is actually a rare one because no other X has, or X Maverick intros has this. Usually you enter the room and you duke it out to see who wins. This is probably one of my favorite, and they should have done this throughout the series to make it more epic. You also get to see Overdrive, I think his Japanese name is Sonic Ostrigu, or something of the sort. He's also in Zero's mission in Extreme X2. He was also in the Air Force, and you're about to see. We needed more of this. I mean, I only got it once that I know of, or I can remember. Shooting down a motherfucking missile. Closest you get to this is the intro to X3. Here's our bird boy here. Remember, he was in the Air Force, but suffered a tragic accident, so he can no longer fly, despite the fact that ostriches can't fly. And I do like how Crystal Hunter works at his weakness. Since he moves so fast, it kind of freezes him up. And fuck that overcharged shot shit. That killed me so many times back in the 90s. You can get him on the hump here, you can kind of tag him before he does it. I'm about to be able not to do that. I got one more to go. I remember beating him and just being so fucking happy. That was like a chip on my shoulder. And one of his little attacks is he'll disappear and run into the background. I love how I love it when a boss fight incorporates every element of it, including the background in X. It's not done enough. Well, I'm gonna call it quits there. And this is another one of those weird utility weapons, but I do like the color of that blue along that orange. Nice color palette. And that's what he looks like in full armor. Or the second armor, as it's called. Well, everybody, I wish I could have made it further, and I wish I was a better player, but I'm not. I guess I'll try next time. Take care. Catch you guys later.